Coaches Show. I am Elise Maynard, Assistant Director of Athletic Communications, here with head women's basketball coach Wendy Lee. Coach, you guys played 2 games last week. Your first home game against St. Augustine's and then on the road at UMC Pembroke. How do you think your ladies played in the 2 games with kind of a short turnaround between the Wednesday and a Friday game?
Well, we had a good opportunity to play at home, so that was always, something that you're going to be fired up about. And I thought we did come out really ready to play that game on Wednesday. So finally getting a home game and being at home was exciting. And I thought with that energy, we really took charge and stayed there. So it was pleasing to see, because I felt like the previous week we had been in the games, but had surges instead of being able to maintain consistent effort throughout. So Wednesday, I feel like was an overall very good team effort and a great intensity level maintained throughout. On Friday, I also feel that for the most part, we were in the game and had opportunities to finish it. But I think I took a few plays off, to be honest, on defense, and you can attribute that to a couple different things. We had some foul trouble, and then I feel like we had a little bit of tiredness going on and a little bit of personnel issues with substitutions that got us a little out of sync. And when those little glitches happened, the other team really paid. They hit pay dirt. They made us pay, yeah. So they took advantage of our lapses and hit some really big shots. And in the end, pulled away, by several possessions. But for the most part, I think it was, pretty tight. A couple possessions here or there. It could have gone either way until right near the end. And then we just kind of lost our focus, I feel like. So overall, not extremely disappointed in our effort on Friday, because Pembroke was a very well coached team and a very good team. I think this could be a really good year for them. So we just got to learn from it and take it into this week and try to maintain consistency and intensity throughout for 40 minutes and do it in a quick turnaround. And not excuse ourselves to be tired or to make tired fouls and to not be ready when we come in off the bench. We got to be able to fix those 2 areas quickly, because these games Friday, Saturday are going to be back to back.
Right.
And all teams will be tired, so that's no exception for us. We've got to be ready to do these things better.
Well, you talk about your 2 games this weekend. You play Florida Southern on Friday and then Eckerd on Saturday. And you do have short turnaround between that. So how do you utilize your bench to rest your starters, but make sure everyone's getting in the appropriate playing time to help try and get that win?
Yeah, we're still figuring things out. So I think that is problematic for us, maybe more so than a more veteran team, which unfortunately we've been playing very experienced teams in the early schedule that are either transfer heavy with experienced players or veteran heavy in that they have a lot of juniors and seniors. And we don't, that have been healthy and playing. We have seniors, but we haven't had them healthy. So I think that is attributed to some of our lapses, that we don't have our rotations and our bench and our depth developed yet. So hopefully we're getting closer to that point and we can get some chemistry going and lineups and rotations solidified in the upcoming weeks ahead. So I think that is a big deal, though, to be honest, because the teams we're playing seem to be pretty certain about their substitutions and when they're going to the bench, and their lineups is a little more solid. So maybe that's the next step that we'll be able to get there, and I hope we can stay healthy and get to that point soon.
Well, we hope the same for you too, and I've seen a lot of positives out of the team just watching the games online. And after this weekend, you've got a week off before you hit the road starting conference play at Emmanuel. How do you take this kind of preseason non-conference schedule and learn and develop your team heading in towards the conference schedule starting in December?
Well, we do have a game on the 29th, so that is Elizabeth City, and then a conference game. Again, I feel like we got a lot of games really right on top of us in the preseason, and they've been extremely good teams. So I feel like we should be mentally prepared for anybody we play in the tournament. Physically and like I said, rotations and lineups, I don't know if we'll be there yet. But I feel like we can draw on all these games and talk about whoever we play next is going to be similar to somebody we played, or maybe we've already played some of the best teams we might play all year and can really build confidence in that we had the opportunity to beat these teams, Catawba or Lenoir-Rhyne or Pembroke, some that have really been tough games for us. But I just think that the strength of our schedule early has to pay dividends. You know, I'm hopeful anyway that it won't work against us, and confidence in those areas that it could be a problem. But I haven't noticed that we are down. I feel like we're motivated and hungry and realize we're playing good teams, but we got to fix these things to beat good teams.
Right.
So if we can keep that mentality, I feel like we can have a good stretch and get things in place sooner than later, I hope.
All right, well, we wish you guys good luck this weekend and safe travels. Enjoy the hopefully sunny weather in Florida.
Right.
And I'm Elise Maynard here with head coach Wendy Lee, and we thank you for your time on this week's episode of the UMO Coaches Show.
Thanks.
Exceptional degrees at an exceptional value. That's transforming education. The University of Mount Olive, transforming education, transforming lives. Learn more at umo.edu. That's umo.edu.